Hey, fifth grade. We are starting a brand new unit series of lessons today, and it's all about engineering. So today is engineering part 1, and I'm going to talk you through what you should be learning and thinking about during the next few weeks, because this is going to span for a couple of weeks now, and we'll be talking about this during your science lessons and through homework, and it's going to be really fun. So get pumped up. All right, to get started with our letter to engineers. Dear engineers, engineers hold many important roles in society. They may design electrical systems for different size needs like regions, cities, neighborhoods, homes, or pocket-sized devices. So they just may deal with the electrical, but they may invent more efficient products. Maybe they make existing products better. They fix old systems, improve the function of roads, bridges, sewage and drainage systems, or other infrastructure. That means like buildings or things that cities need to run, like even subway systems and stuff. Engineers deal with that. They may write or use computer code to make our digital lives work better. So there's engineers that work specifically and only in the coding world. And then they also design structures from tents to boats to office buildings, and they evaluate the quality of anything that has been built, designed, or engineered, and so much more. So in general, engineers do a ton of stuff. And it doesn't quite mean that they are in one of these specific areas. They might actually kind of do a lot of these different things. So it may be something new for you to think about. Maybe you didn't know that engineers did all of these things. Maybe you didn't realize, but you could be an engineer yourself. Maybe you've already done some of this work. Maybe your parent is an engineer or a relative. All right, let's keep looking. So then, to think a little bit more deeply, engineers have many different skills to do their jobs, depending on what kind of engineering they do. But all engineers, no matter what, need to develop some skills. Skills like organizational strategies to keep track of their process, like making checklists. I know you guys do this a lot. Keeping things in certain folders, keeping things in certain categories. So you do a lot of that in fifth grade. They also work on flexible thinking. That means being able to kind of go back and forth and take on somebody else's perspective or change the way you were thinking before. So that's an example of flexible thinking. They do work with planning, analysis, reflection, and willingness to productively fail. And these are huge. All of these skills that I just read on our SMORE are so important for engineers. You are not an engineer unless you are working on these skills all the time. So you're always working on these skills as an engineer. We will be learning to understand and practice these skills and more over the next several engineering lessons. Okay, so I move myself down here and I want to talk about our next piece, which is the engineer design process. So before you head to class on Tuesday, your job is going to be to watch this video called A Taco Party, because it's actually a really fun one and it explains the engineering design process in a very cool way. If the peer review video doesn't work, you can always try the YouTube version link right here, but just be sure you have some permission to access YouTube. And finally, then you do not have to go back, because we are going to do this part as a class on Tuesday. So you're not, again, going to visit the Google Classroom and filling out this document. We're going to do that together. Only thing you have to do is watch this A Taco Party before you head to class on Tuesday and think about what it is to be an engineer. Thanks a lot.